Mike Sullivan. I'm a former IRS agent and teaching instructor with the IRS. I worked at IRS for a decade. I've been in private practice for 4 decades. I know that makes me old as hell, but it makes me real good because I know a lot. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm the home of the 5 minute or less video. I don't like to bore myself, or I don't like to bore you, so I get in and out. I like to share what a former IRS agent thinks of things, so you can hear the gospel truth about IRS really from somebody like me who's been old and experienced and can help you. So today, I want to talk to you about how do you get your case in hardship? How do you get your case in currently non-collectible? There's ways that you have to go. Usually people can't pay their taxes. About, I don't know, 60% of all the people that owe debt cannot pay their taxes right now. Many people get into a payment agreement, about 6 million, and a lot of people settle their debt 18,000 through the offer and compromise. But some people aren't eligible for the offer and compromise. They can't do a payment, so it leaves them to be put in currently non-collectible. So IRS doesn't advertise this program. They never say, hey, call us, we can write your case off and put it into currently non-collectible. So, but how do you do that as a former IRS agent? Let me explain what that process is. The key word into getting put in the currently non-collectible is currently. That's really, really important. I got to plug my phone in. That word currently is put in there because it isn't for the life of the statute, which is 10 years. It's usually for a couple years. That's how long the season for currently non-collectible. I always call it the hardship program because you can't pay the tax. So if you can't pay the tax, you're getting your bill, you're getting threatening letters, you got to call the IRS, the 1-800 number. If you don't owe a lot of money, you can do it yourself, or if you have nothing to lose, do it yourself. But if you owe some big dollars, don't do that yourself. Call a professional. And I'm telling you, you can find yourself having a really bad hair day if you don't know the process. So what IRS is going to do is they're going to take a financial statement on a Form 433A. It's a 2-page form. If the case is at the local office, they'll ask for a 433A. That's what the revenue officers will do, but 99% of the people hearing my voice, you're going to need a 433F. You're going to need to document that form. You're going to need to call IRS. You're going to need your bank statements. You're going to need canceled checks. You're going to need to approve your expenses and show and prove IRS without any doubt you can't afford to pay this tax. IRS uses that form nationwide to place you into this currently non-collectible. But here's a trick. There's a really big trick, and if you don't know this, don't call IRS, because you're going to find yourself with a payment agreement you can't afford. IRS has what's called national standards. What's national standards? It's telling you how much you can spend in certain areas on your financial statement. Food and clothing has a national standard. Housing and utilities has a national standard. Your car payment has a national standard. And the operation of your car has a national standard. So 50% of your financial statement, IRS is all going to dictate how much you can spend. Most people spend well above that national standard. So if you're spending $2,000 over the national standard, IRS wants that $2,000 and maybe more. So you must be aware before you call how IRS is going to go ahead and look at that financial statement to put you into currently non-collectible. If you don't understand this program and don't know how it works, don't call the IRS. Anyway, once again, cases will stay. If you do get accepted into this program, they'll stay in there for 2 or 3 years. IRS will grab the refund, and penalties and interest will continue to run. Just so you know, our firm is available for consultations and affordable representation. Anyway, I just wanted to give you all the information. And by the way, make sure your tax returns are all being filed. IRS will kick these cases to the field. You're going to get a knock on the door, and you may get a nasty revenue officer that says, hey, pay us, let's really look at everything you have, and you don't want that to happen. Anyway, if this information is helpful to you, if you leave me a nice review, that would be great, or a notification, or I'm sorry, a subscription. YouTube loves us to have subscriptions. It lets them know who they want to put at the top. So if you can give me one, and you can please feel free to recommend me to others. Also, if you want any IRS question answered regarding IRS audits or policies in regard to collection, leave it in the comment section, because I get all my comments at the end of a week, and many of my YouTubes come from you. So anyway, thank you very much.